Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of me playing OpenTTD. I actually realized a few things. Last time I said it was episode 5, but it was 4. Great that I can't count to 4 or 5 at this age, but not a problem. And also, on top of that, I was talking about the industrial stations patch, I guess, new GRF, how, it's not picking up stuff like scrap metal and so on and so on. Well, actually, it doesn't. It doesn't. So uh, the file for this sits in the documents folder, and there is a README inside if you go and find it, and it explains that it's actually licensed as free and open source, except that the source code is not public, which is great. But more to the point, that there are a number of stations that are animated. Such as goods station, which is to say, freight station is not, but goods station A specifically, and not B, is animated. Now, there's also a list of things that go into whichever station. So, like mineral silo does the obvious ones: coal, copper, iron, clay, gravel, limestone, sand. Um, Livestock obvious, wood loading obvious. I'm reading the readme. There's all oil storage tanks. I can't read, seriously. Uh, which has level indication, but that's not a station. Steel mill station, obvious, takes the steel and metal things. And then basically goods station takes most other things, including scrap metal, mail goods, food, fruit, fish, wool, glass, ceramics, engineering supplies, and so on and so on. So I'm not going to read out the whole thing. If you're curious enough, you'll find it for yourself. Yeah, so that was that. As you may see, I've updated the game to 0.69. It came out yesterday evening, and also I'm still, having my custom build, the one I do at home. Because I'm still running with 65,000 vehicles each type. So I actually want to get back into the game. And one of the things that now bugs me is that my stations are the wrong type, which is kind of first world problems. But let's just replace all the stations that have scrap metal. I mean, we don't have that many. Not a bridge. And it's going to be goods A. See, there's goods B. So, like, first world problems to the point that, okay, so I think, yeah, see those Q2 boxes? I'm not going to replace the steel mills. And the reason for that is that the steel mills stations that I have at the moment, they're drop-off stations. And at some future point, why are you lost? You still lost? Encapsulated core quest. Why can't you get there? Uh, uh. What are you doing? Oh, golly. This. Okay. Z is for zoom. I just learned that. No, don't do that. Yes, F off. Well, how's suddenly everyone lost? Okay, I think this will have to do with. Okay, I think this will have to do with no. Okay, this is weird. Oh, fuck. There you go. How can you be lost? Okay. Ah, never mind. This is so crazy. Alright, let's try not being idiots again. Alright. Electric station. I think I already did that, but you know, what 6,000 odd pounds or dollars or something like it. That has a cable. And you're going back the wrong way, aren't you? Well, don't. FML. Okay, don't tell me you can't get that. Yes, good. Good train. Pat pat. Not so good train. No pat pat. Not so good user. Even less pat pat. Okay, that's done. So I was saying before the trains decided to go on holiday that the steel mill stations wouldn't be replaced at this stage because they all out like input stations. And so while there is scope for steel mill stations, but you guys hate me, how sweet. Yeah, so I mean, in case you're not familiar, the way you get around this is you put down a bunch of trees. Grove. What if I put down a grove of trees? It's just one. There you go. Now there's a train, obviously. Yeah, take three. No steel mill stations being replaced yet because I don't care. Not relevant, more to the point. I think what the README was saying is that farm facilities. So these oil storage tanks actually. What if I say it's the metal? Like I never really bothered looking into these. This farm, kettle, more farm stuff. Training tube. I mean, yeah, this is obviously not going to happen. What now? Uh, no, I don't seriously. No. Okay. Well, can we get on with the station before someone comes along again? Yeah, joy. Why do you hate me? No, I don't care about coverage. I can't actually get any more info on this without going into some form of debug mode. Yeah, well, my little sugar something. I still need to do the others. I mean, this is purely a design thing. the infamous green station, the one. Okay, good. I don't think I have. I mean, I do have stations that have mail, but I'm not going to bother with that because there's nothing for passengers as such. Or is it? So I'm just going to pretend that no one's here. No, I won't, because I don't have it open in the other one. I'm pretty sure there's nothing for passengers. Okay. So the other thing I looked into is the concept of decreasing mail over the year, and like so I had a brief look at the source code, and I mean it seems comparatively simple because what the source code does is that I'm not going to do. I could make so much money. Like, look at that. The nearest steel mill is out there. It's just I'd need to connect literally a quarter of the map, which is, bigger than the base game. Duh. No. No, it's a good aids. So, like, scrap metal page junk 114 plus. I think coal's even worse. What I'm trying to get to is that when I started the first episode, I was like, oh, under normal circumstances, you get on with coal because why not? But in this case, it's scrap metal because there's a lot of it. And I just realized I never really bothered checking that stand. So engineering supplies obviously pay a lot. Yeah, I know. What, a year has already gone by? Cannot. But actually, apart from what the hell is that? Food, goods. I mean, obviously, goods pay the most. But yeah, like basically, scrap metal, with regards to how much of it is being produced, really is the best deal. Now, what if I wanted to do the totally crazy thing and pull all of these? I mean, that will take like episodes, plural, although I think one thing I could do is just kind of go east or whatever and just start connecting everything. Nah, I mean, needs to. I know this is not the exciting term, but we have this rule of sorts. If they encroach on things, they need connecting. I don't know about that hotel though. That is going to be a train. Because then, like, 1 town, 3. Okay, so this. No, don't do that. Yeah, anyway, I was on about decreasing mail supply over time, and if you ever look in the source code of the game, there's a literal table, like a mini spreadsheet sort of thing, that just says each of these buildings supply what amount of products. So it doesn't explicitly have to be mail or passengers, because in new GRFs it could be anything they code. And beyond that, you just essentially say, if years between X and Y then have a function that reduces that value by whatever. Essentially, all you need is just something that returns a multiplier or well, a fraction multiplier really. And that's it. It's not epic. This is where I'm going to. Let's okay. So logically, I want the train to go probably like across. Yeah, why not? And then that train could be a little bigger, still on those suburban stations. You know what? I like the ones with platforms. Building island. No. Oh, that can't be large. Okay. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to do the stupid thing. Can I make this? So what I'm thinking, apart from spending way too much, is to have it somewhere near water. Water, like Harry Potter. Okay, that has the town in it, basically. I don't care about the sand. Mm-hmm. Don't know why I can extend to to something valley. That's just so far off. Now, how do I want this? Because it definitely has to come into somewhere here, and I think what's going to be a biggie is that this is just not going to be large enough. Okay, well, this appears to cover both towns, but not the dirty hotels, so nah, naughty. I don't know. Okay, this is going to be more than interesting. And it kind of goes two ways. I think today's episode's mostly going to be building this because um, this will take a while. Just want to make sure towns can do their thing. Usual, really. Okay. Yeah. Buses with 200k per hour, that'd be sweet. Until the point where they just crash into some junk and then it's not so sweet. Lol. Okay. I might have mentioned this. I had a very cursory look at the old game, the one that came out originally, not even TTD, but just TT, when I had played it when it came out. But Yeah, that was 30 years ago or something. Obviously, I'm not that young. Which is kind of fun, you know. Here you have someone obviously middle-aged and playing a game they played when they were a lot younger. But I just had a look at it the other day. I was like, yeah, it's not that fun by today's standards. I mean, even if this is obviously someone's definition of fun, this OTTD, otherwise I wouldn't be playing and you wouldn't be watching. But TT is just missing so many quality of life things, which, you know, I mean, I totally appreciate that it was probably done by either one guy or a small team. I'm not quite sure if forgot the name of the guy who wrote it, but Chris Sawyer or something, I don't know. I mean, it was published by Michael Porce. I remember that. But, you know, the whole thing was written. It ran on the 386, and I totally appreciate that having to run on 1 meg of memory. And if you're young enough, then FYI, not only that computers had only give or take 1 meg of memory, not gig, but that was pretty common. Although I had a look at memory prices yesterday, and OMFG, 128 gigs of memory is now in the vicinity of, well, £1,500. So I bought that much no more than 2 years ago. I checked my emails, like my Amazon emails or whatever, and that had costed me £200, give or take, new. Like it wasn't even a used product. Like what the, you know, I know what's happening. Like even when I bought this laptop this past summer, which is to say 7 months ago, this little piggy has 96 gigs of memory, which, you know, it's basically for fun, because why not? What? I'm paused. So the 128 is my desktop. But that's the thing, you know, if it's £200 for that much memory, yeah, I don't care. It was like close to 2K, and I'm not sure I'd be particularly happy about that. Okay, there's no way this layout can possibly benefit me. How? Okay, why not do something like that? See, I still can't build. So I can build bridges over stations, but not houses. Okay, well, so X3 is now X house. Yeah, so like in TTD, the original one, if your vehicles expire, you basically have to replace them manually. But more to the point that, like, there's not only no auto replace, which would be fine, but like there's no concept of cloning, there's no concept of assigning stops in a convenient way. And when all of your vehicles expire, like all 200 or something that are actually allowed in the game, so only TTD introduced a slightly higher number of maximum allowed vehicles. I think in TT, the hard limit was 255, 256. Like, okay, it was a much smaller map, significantly smaller. But you'd find that having 200 odd buses was cutting it very, very short. I mean, low or whatever. I don't speak England. I should do signals first. Otherwise, right, trains come from the right. Trains come from the right. Okay, this is where I'm just going to make this a lot more so. Why did I do that? I still don't want it. And there's really no point. I have to do stations separately. So let's just do the following. Yeah, hard turn. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, this is where it just becomes weird. I mean, this is why I kind of like... Why are you so stupid? Yeah. So that's kind of why I like... sake. Obey. You did, didn't you? Of course you did. Take 5. This is why I like making sure that signals are on a particular side, otherwise it gets really stupid. Okay, great way to spend money. Yeah, joy. So now trains actually come from the right until they don't. And then revamping this later is going to be a royal PITA. Okay, but that's obviously missing. Yeah. Like, why are you... The AI part that has to do with signal placement is not the strongest element of the game. That's kind of the thing. Like, I could probably... You're joking. I could probably code around stuff like... No, not that. I mean, it doesn't matter if this is one way or not, really. I could probably code around the email thing, aka the amount of mail diminishing post designated year, because that's actually pretty simple. trying to figure out how to make signal placements less rubbish, and no idea. Or I'm just bad at logic. Okay, I want. Okay, have money, which is good. There's nothing I can get excited about, and let's pick that one. Now, I kind of want to make sure that this is still the best choice here. You. Yeah, this is the sorting I was on about, isn't it? Meow, meow, meow. Okay, well, they all look the same. It's a MP54. So 640 odd people goes comparatively fast. Fine. Yeah. Good. I should delete. Can I do that? Yes. And you are here. Why are you so okay? Oh. Okay. I shall personally strangle you. Great. So you go to there, X3, other X3. Yeah, that's fine. Didn't like that hard turn. There should be a button for and come back the same way. Because even if I don't do non-stop, so what non-stop does is that if I left it like so, it would just go back. But obviously it wouldn't actually be stopping at any of these places. Or some such. Not precisely, don't quote me on that, but there's some related logic. That was me. Okay, well, I mean, I need like a lot of these. Where are we time-wise? Hoth. Good. So we are doing things. So what I wanted to do is kind of get things into, so that's connected, that's connected. So these guys are now hooked up. Just basically get around here. You guys don't yet hate me. That's neat. I'm sure you will. So let's just plop that down before you change your mind. That's just so that they can turn. There's obviously this whole idea of mimicking the real world where you have mm, like you have trains stopping in intercity setups and local setups and all that. That's great. I'm not doing it. I have no intention of doing it. And the reason why I have no intention of doing it is because the game doesn't behave like that. Like with Cargo Dist, you do get a bit of people from small places want to go to large places sort of thing. Still not really. Gets complicated. The better explanation is that towns obviously grow even though now they are set to slope. It's just like, challenging to keep up. That's all. And I know that's a large part of the game. But unless I want to spend the rest of my actual life on this, no. Okay, I want a better bridge. But equivalently, I don't want to turn off town growth because, yeah, it's also a bit silly. Now that I did that, can I? I'm just curious. Can I bridge over that? No. I really need to plop down stations before I build. And I think that bridge was mine. Yes. My cat is on the table, and she knows she's not supposed to do that. Oh, in all fairness, it's not being she's not being policed. She she does whatever she does overnight, really. So okay, I'll probably do a bit more here, and then that could be another line. Or could it? This could be another line. Connecting them up. I mean, being able to reserve is going to be fun though, so. And then make use of the fact that there is room here. For gods. Or all of them. That's 2. This is 3. So we have people. Okay. what we don't have is a station. You go there. What have I done now? I kind of think I know. Okay. So why? Oh, I know why everyone's congregating here. It's just that it's just I'm an idiot as usual. Didn't put up any signals. I was about to say because the timetabling hasn't finished yet, but it's like never going to finish if I do not set stuff properly, where stuff equals signals. Just checking. I mean, yeah, I haven't replaced that station wire. No. Still no. Like, this pulls go away. This has almost 400k and that's pretty much the only thing I care about. Good. Especially if I was in the right place. Now the cat decided to do zoomies. Well, cats being cats. See, now everyone loves me. So easy. This is a big effing map. I'll just casually die of old age before I get anywhere with this. Let's start plopping down things. 3. Yeah. When I know that road layout can be standardized during map creation to be a little more friendly, but guess I never bothered. Bad choice. Cat, stop being silly. So we already have, or had anyway, a lot of people here. See, the issue is if I now put a station here, which I will for the sake of... Don't know if you heard that, that's a cat. Who's very upset because I'm basically ignoring her, talking to you. I think she's also hungry. And she'll be getting food in 39 minutes. It does. It does. Well, stop doing it then. I kind of know what I did there, but... Okay, there's no actual requirement that I have to do it this way. So the problem with cargo dist is going to be that now that some of these towns are connected in all sorts of ways, people will, guess what, want to do a bit of traveling. Which is mighty naughty of them. I just A, don't want to go down to half of the world. B, don't want to delete. Ah, God. Okay, let's do this. Well, the cat is going to be dealt with in about 14 odd minutes when this video ends, and then I go on Biscuit's duty. This this is the long, so this might actually be a place to turn. I'm sure I could look this up, but I wonder if Kaimuki actually exists, or Yara. The Yara sounds Australian. Kaimuki sounds Japanese. Okay. Don't think I particularly wanted that, but Nivm, as in never mind. I don't yet know how to logic this. I think we're just going to have 1, 2. It's probably going to be a particularly busy line. Yeah. Cargo distribution adds an element of fun. I obviously add an element of stupidity by not looking. Mov. That's actually Hungarian. Mov. Mav, really. Okay. I think the 240, no, it was the 424 class. One of them was comparatively famous. So that's 1,000 odd people, 1,000 odd people, and that's a city. I'm kind of thinking city should have a railway station at some form of a, like, actually Stoking Strawberry Base is a city, but I sure as hell am not going to stick in a railway station there. Smeagol might have lied. I don't know. I know nothing. What is going on here? Okay, money's still going up. It's kind of useful. See, now there's a bit of stuff on the stations. Like in a different game, I think I had some absolute crazy amount of goods at whichever of these stations, and it was a huge pile of things. Okay, go away. Oh, if you want to clear the map, that's delete, by the way. Right, how far we got? Like, we're setting up camp somewhere here, and the point was that we want to, like, pretty much get here. So whoever's watching, I think the next few episodes is just going to be setting up connections and more connections. Okay, I want... Why no suburban stations? I'm going to make this a 5, because why not? And then I just kind of have to reimagine some of my things. So that's a pig farm. Like, okay, that hotel's either going to be trimmed or shipped, but not railed, so to say. Shoot. Okay, some of these town names are fascinating. I mean, the obvious issue is if I buy this, the town's not going to grow. If I don't buy this, I can't extend later. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it because there's no primary industry. You are joking. Okay, then they can do their extension any way they please. I'm going to these two, and then the rest are going to be trimmed. Go away. I'm not sure this is actually going to fit in the episode proper. Hopper. Okay. Yeah, this is not going to fit in the episode proper because I want to set up stations along the way. 4 terms. That's getting done, and I am not yet interested. I mean, how? Yeah, is the question. Because if I put a train stop station, something here. Okay, well, you. What do you mean I can't build on water? Some biblical guy did it. Yes, you know, they don't particularly like me. That's why I want to do the stations as soon as I can. And actually, this is not going to happen like that. They're still kind of... heck. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah. I'm having issues. More like existential crisis. Okay, go away. So if this goes into radiometric post, then it can then go into regrown something something. That's kind of it. And I still want to tram stop here and here before they actually start really disliking me. 1, 2, 3. And wire route is not required. Don't even think about it. Okay, fine. Guys and girls, this is the end. Of course the coverage is not there. Why would it be there? This is almost the end. Hmm. Hmm. No. No. I'm totally going to forget about this. So I'm going to start now. Okay, go. Right, well, that marks the 1 hour mark. So thank you for watching, and I shall continue in the next episode. You know, leave comments, likes, interactions, whatnot. Thank you, and have a lovely day. Bye bye.